Okay, lastly in this video, we're going to do a simple linear regression. So we know that these two variables are correlated, CO2 and GDP. What we would like to be able to do is draw a line, and then we could use that line to perhaps predict values of CO2 for values of GDP that say we didn't observe. So say we were to say, well, what's the value of CO2 when GDP is 4.5 trillion? So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to title this as simple linear regression. Okay, so simple linear regression, in a simple linear line you have the slope, which is m, and then you have the intercept, which is b. To calculate m, start with the slope. So you start with index, okay, and then you write what we're going to index with the linest, L-I-N-E-S-T. Okay, then it asks what's the known y's. Okay, so we're going to highlight all the y's, then we'll write comma. It says what's the known x's. So I'm going to highlight all the x's, and then I don't need the constant in the stats. This is fine. I'm just gonna just enter the y's and the x's, and I'm gonna end the parentheses. Okay, and then the index. So linest has a bunch of things in it. So index is kind of pulling out the thing that you want. So actually this isn't that helpful to us unless you know exactly what's in linest. But let me just tell you that the first index is going to be the slope, and the second index is going to be the y-intercept. So just write 1 for slope, and then later we'll do the same thing. Index, linest, highlight my y's, comma, highlight my x's. So this is all exactly the same. I'm just going to put 2 instead of 1 for the index. In parentheses, and press enter. Okay, so I have my linear regression line. Actually, I just have it there, so I'm just going to paste it there. So there's the line. I have, for some estimate of CO2, I can plug in X or GDP. I can get out an estimate value of CO2 using this line. Okay, so this is the y-intercept and this is the slope. So later on, someone would ask us, okay, well, what CO2, what's a prediction of what CO2 is when you have $4.5 trillion in GDP? So we can use this line to do a prediction. Say GDP is, say, 4.5, then CO2, an estimate for CO2. Okay, write this as an equation. So first thing I'm going to start with is my slope. Then I'm going to multiply that by the GDP, or X, 4.5, and I'm going to add the y-intercept. Okay, and press enter, and so there's my estimate of CO2. Okay, so if you look over here, looking at your scatter plot, 984 is somewhere around right here, 4.5 somewhere around here. So see, it makes sense that that's where the line would have been.